I really thought they were gonna break up.
I did too. I thought it'd be longer.
Mm-hmm.
In every other book, it would have been like the rest of the book.
Mm-hmm.
It seems so intense. Oh my gosh, I was so in it. I was like, no, why would you? Ah, yeah, it was good. I really liked it.
Him showing up at his house, like taking a flight, showing up at his door, and it's pouring rain. I feel like I would have done the same exact thing because I'm so extra.
So intense. That was so intense. I loved it.
But it almost makes me feel like something else is gonna pop up and they're not gonna work out because right now they're like kind of in the honeymoon phase where they're like, want to do everything to make it work. But I don't think realistically with Henry, I don't think it'll work. Not unless something like we're in this different universe where, like gay love is accepted everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's definitely more challenges on his side, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel like this section really made that clear, or at least emphasized it for the reader. Because it's like, yes, they both are in like this political or, position, but obviously both his parents were okay with it. And they weren't like, oh my gosh, you are disowned. I don't want to do anything with you. But if he came out to his royal family, then that's what he would probably get, which is sad. So they're so alike, but yet so different.
I feel like Alex was only thinking about himself. Like, oh, we can't make this work because, what he wants for his future and or what he thought his family would react or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Like he kind of made it about himself. Like he's kind of a little selfish.
Yeah.
For sure. He's kind of a self-centered guy. He gets away with it because he's like charming, but I also think
but he's short. when they just like described him as a short little brown man,
he said he was like 5'8" or 5'9".
Yeah,
he was like burly.
It
was like, oh my god. Oh, they're so funny.
So cute. And then what do you think about the mom president like kicking him off the campaign? It just seems like fishy.
I feel like that's an example of, how they say like you can't be friends, like the children can't be friends with their parents. It's like they have to stick to one role. And I feel like in this example, she had to stick with her career and be like, I'm like, I'll listen to you, and yes, I want you to, how she did the whole little PowerPoint, like that was still her being the president and somehow trying to combine like, yes, I'll be your mom and I'll hear you out, but at the same time I have to, like her job came first than him, sort of.
I think that it was, I think that the only reason that he got that job is because of who he is, because he's fresh out of undergrad and doesn't have any experience. And I think that she just maybe feels like that he wasn't taking it seriously enough because he was hiding things and I don't know, maybe it would be seen as somehow like a political issue if they found out that he had this romance and he was also working for the campaign. I'm not totally sure about that, but I do kind of feel like, he got that job and it was a privilege that he got that job. And I don't know, maybe now she's kind of like second guessing doing it. I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of breach of ethics there. I don't know.
I think so.
She was asking him if he used any, what was it? Like if he used any, was it campaign, like to travel to him?
Yeah.
What was it? I forget. Like, oh, if it was always for an official function.
Mm-hmm.
versus like just going to see him for no other reason. So yeah, it's funny because the whole like international relations aspect of this, like you like doesn't immediately come to mind, but it is actually a thing. Like it would actually be considered.
Let's see what else. Where are my notes? Oh, and then when Sarah came in, and she's like, "Who is she? Who is she?"
Falls
Oh,
out of the closet.
I know. It was hilarious. I feel like that could have been more perfect. And I thought it was cute that he showed up for him
Mhm.
unexpectedly.
How long is the flight from where they're at in London?
I don't think it's
I don't think
long.
it's too long.
Because they make it sound like it's not that long, and they're just like
Yeah.
popping from here to there.
I feel like yeah, from like DC, it's I don't know, like maybe like because I feel like the
7
flight.
hours.
How long?
I feel
7 hours.
Oh,
I thought it'd be shorter.
I thought it was gonna be like 4.
That's way too long.
that's a
From
yeah, that's
San
a long
Diego,
flight.
it's like 10 hours. Is
Yeah,
that,
that's why I thought it'd be less.
do we fly to the East Coast and then fly over?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, it would be way longer the other way.
Are
Way
private
longer.
jets faster? Probably, huh?
Mm.
Potentially. I don't know.
I'm glad that Dad was cool about it.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, it was cool that the dad was like, "Oh yeah, I always knew."
Yeah. Where's this? Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, it says private jets are faster and more fuel efficient than commercials.
Yeah, I was just looking at that too.
So maybe like 5 hours, 4.
Maybe.
Well, plus on like a private plane, you can sleep.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, and eat like good food.
Like you can just like do whatever.
Yeah, I was pretty nervous when he went over to see him, how he was ghosted. But then it seemed like they got back pretty quickly.
Yeah, I honestly thought that maybe in that second somehow the prince got married, and that's why he couldn't see her. I don't know. I
Oh,
took it all
gosh.
into a
Yeah,
whole other twist. I was like, oh, true, he was forced to get married. That way, none of this would come out. Now he's married. And now it's over.
Oh no. Yeah, so I feel like there's another big conflict coming. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I feel like it's somehow it's gonna get leaked. Like that's
Yeah,
what
a
I
lot of
mean, they're
people
not. They're
know
starting to get
now.
a little careless.
Yeah, exactly.
Like going to the museum, like in the middle of the night. Like there has to be cameras or some
That's
sort
what I
of
was
security or
thinking.
something.
Yeah.
And in England, there's lots of cameras, CCTV.
Oh,
So,
it's gonna come out.
and a lot of people know now, like in their circle. So,
yeah, and like Rafael Luna was a traitor, so who else?
I
Maybe someone else is gonna be a traitor.
I gasped when I read that. I was like literally like, oh my god! And I'm sure my sister was like, what's wrong with you? I was just laughing and literally just actually making noises. But
Yeah, I
can't
didn't want to
believe it.
believe it.
I feel like, did I write it down? Maybe.
It seemed really out of character.
Which,
Okay.
so I was rereading the last part because I was still a bit confused what really happened between the dad and him. And there was a part, where did I write it? I wrote it down somewhere, where it said, I think the dad, he's like, where is it? Maybe he's in it. Something about how many other kids do you think sins? And then he's like, after what Richards did to you. So the dad is talking to Luna. After what Richards did to you, there's not a part of you that wants to burn all this shit to the ground. And I'm like, what did Richards do to Luna? And then I started spiraling. I'm like, what if they were like in some sort of relationship? Or if Luna went over there with Richards trying to like, do whatever scheme they were planning to do. But Richards has like a bigger like blackmail or something on Luna. So then he's forced to join the team instead of, doing the plan that he was supposed to. So then he's like, we never saw this coming, but I don't know. Is it part of the plan? Is it not part of the plan? I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely
I don't know
thought that something similar, more so like that it wasn't his choice.
Yeah.
And then I was like, but then once the dad was talking about like, oh, that traitor, I was like, oh shoot, like maybe it is real. But I mean, also the dad could be faking it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just really wonder what the motivation is. Like, like even if he did, if it isn't like, if he legitimately switched, like I really wonder why, because it doesn't seem like it would really benefit him given how he's been described as like this, like he isn't independent, but he also seems like we don't know that much about the other guy, Richards, but I think it's implied that his policies are probably, more to the right than like someone like Luna would be. So it's surprising that he would go with him. So I'm really not sure.
Yeah, that's the vibe that I also get, even though you're right, we haven't gotten anything besides like that they're going against each other. But I somehow feel like it is more conservative than what Luna would want or would believe in.
I wonder if Richards had dirt on the president and that family, and then forced Luna to join her or join Richards. And it's actually like to protect the family.
Maybe.
Or if it's like for a good reason, I don't know.
Or he's being blackmailed.
Yeah. Because it's crazy, like Luna would be writing their policy and then like do a double take.
Max, what are you doing?
I remember what else happened.
I feel like the Secret Service must sign NDAs or something because the stuff that they must see is like wild. Like they're literally seeing all of the behind the scenes stuff that they hold like a lot of secrets and stuff. So kind of interesting. Like you're a security, but you're also like a secret holder for a lot of things too. So it's kind of an interesting, like,
Have you guys seen Scandal?
Mm-mm.
No?
I've seen like episodes of it, but I've not like followed all of it.
I didn't finish it, but it kind of reminds me of that, where there's just so many secrets in between the staff, and sometimes they twist stuff around, obviously to win elections or stuff like that, or to for whatever reason. So it gets you thinking, like, how much of that is true in our government, and then how much of that would be true like in this book. And I feel like
Yeah.
you won't really know unless you're in it, and even then it's like, I don't want to. Mejor no. I don't like politics.
I forget who it was last time that said that they don't really care about the characters that aren't the main romance. And I kind of feel like that's true. Like I don't like dislike anyone. Like I like it's entertaining enough, but I don't like I'm I don't like like there's some books where like all of the supporting characters, like you love them and you're like really invested, but I don't feel a strong connection to any of the supporting characters. Again, like I don't have an issue with any of them, but I don't know if that, like, I think that it could just be because the romance is so well done. It could be just because the author's focusing more on the romance than the side characters. Although there's books where they don't even talk about the side characters at all. So at least she's building a world. But yeah, I don't know whether it's like a strength or a weakness that I don't like, that that I'm fine with the supporting stuff, but I don't like care that much about it.
Yeah, like we don't know that much about Nora, June, and Beatrice. And like at the beginning, they were talking more about Nora and June, and now it's like they're just kind of there, like they're texting in to get the updates, but it's like they're not doing much.
I feel like it kind of reminds me of It Happened One Summer. Is that what it was called? And then it follows with the hook, line, and sinker. Like they give you a little bit to, like, if they wanted to continue and make another book, they could. But I don't know. It's not as much detail as like The Unsinkable, Greta James, for sure. How they were going super detailed into every, what's it called? I already forgot their names, but the parents' friends, how they're like, oh, this guy is bald and he likes to do, watch birds and stuff. And it's like, what was the point of that? But we got a lot of detail. And I mean, here we're barely getting just like a sprinkle. So yeah, I also don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah, I mean, that book was like, the romance was like very, like not the main plot even, and a lot of us like didn't really like the romance, and it didn't really fully work out. Well, who knows anyway. But I mean, I think I have read some romance books though where they like it is a romance book, but like there is more supporting. Like I'm struggling to think of examples of that, but like again, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. Like it keeps the focus on the romance, but I think it's only like not bad, but like like a little bit less interesting sometimes when you're not focusing on it. But again, not the worst. Like there's some romance books where literally like it doesn't matter anything else that's going on. It's like, and I actually don't really like books like that sometimes because I find it kind of like, okay, well, there's nothing else. So yeah, I don't know if it's like necessarily like if it's like intentional or like a weakness or a strength. You could really argue any of them based on how you're kind of feeling about the book, I think.
I feel like it's also giving me. I haven't read the Bridgerton books, but by watching this series, you know how they're. I feel like they're gonna go through every of the kids, since it was like the first one, the second one, and now it's I think they're gonna do. I already forgot the names. I'm so bad.
They're doing Penelope and
yeah, yeah.
Colin next
Colin,
season,
there
which
you go. So then Colin, it would be like
sucks.
Colin. What? It
She
sucks.
said Colin sucks.
Colin
Yeah.
sucks. They better rehab his character because he sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
I
my
think
personal opinion.
no, I think he's cute, but honestly, his character, no.
Yeah.
He was trying to go back with the girl who already had her babies. It was babies, right?
Yeah. Let it go. Let it go.
And she's happy with the man. Like, come on. But back to the story.
Yeah,
It's
I
like-
think they are. Well, the books do all of the different siblings. I don't know if
Yeah.
if the show is gonna do that, but the books do. I've not read the books either.
Which
But
I feel like in the first one we got, we got an introduction to everyone. And then in the second one, or the second show, or series, whatever, episode, season. There you
Series.
go. I was like, what is it? What is the season? We got a little bit, like tiny glimpse of the sister with the baby. But she wasn't the focus. It was more of the love on this side. So I feel like I can see it in this book, where you get little glimpse of other characters like not Nora, June and Pez, or you know how
Oh yeah.
they kind of give you like, oh, like something could be there, and if they wanted to, they could continue, maybe do another book or whatever. But now I see it as it's an okay thing. I kind of like it, but I do get lost with tiny details.
Yeah.
So I'm like, who's that?
Yeah, it would be cool if they did this book from like different perspectives, like in different chapters, like some of the other books we read where they had multiple perspectives. That would be kind of cool for this one. So we could like see what people are really thinking.
That's true, especially when he like still hadn't told them. Like I wonder if they suspected. Or like just their thoughts.
I probably thought he was being like a flake and distant.
True.
Like, why is he forgetting
think
dinner
they're,
with
like-
me and not talking to me?
And they're pretty like honest with each other, so I don't know, not totally honest, but that's kind of helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So you can kind of tell what the other people are thinking, because I'll just say it. I'm a little curious too about that stuff Alex was researching for was it the Texas, like was it all the gay voters or something, like, and he had the whole binder on it, and the coworker was like, why are you working on this, like this is useless. But I wonder if that will like play a part in the election, like some kind of Texas gay voter rally, like maybe he will be outed, but then he'll get the gay vote or something. It'll work out in the end.
I think it was that like he had a theory that Texas could go blue, and it was basically like all of his data and notes and stuff about that. But I also don't know why are you, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just because he didn't like the preppy guy, but like, why is that something you need to hide? Because like, I don't know, it's not like I don't know, like, wouldn't you want to share it to get people on board so that they'll do it instead of just like, I don't know, hiding it away?
Unless he is kind of scared that someone else will take credit.
Mm.
But I feel like everyone is on the same team. But then again, Luna did go the other way, so I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah, but
that
I
might
also
resurface.
I feel like Richard's team would look at that binder and be like, haha, there's no way, this is stupid. I don't know. They wouldn't see it as a threat necessarily because they
Yeah.
don't think that it would ever turn.
Mm-hmm.
They would be like, this is
This is dumb.
not
Throw it away.
useful. And
Yeah.
there's, I think maybe he feels like self-conscious about it, or he feels like he doesn't want someone to take credit, or he's perfecting it to debut at the right moment.
I think that too, since he graduated or he hasn't?
Mhm.
He did.
He
He
did
did. He
graduate.
graduated. Maybe he's waiting for that big moment where it's like, oh, we need an idea. And he's like, boom, he goes right there. He gives it and he's like, wow, you did so good. And you get an award. I don't know. You
Or
get
back in the
promoted.
campaign. Yeah.
Yeah. That's another thing. I thought it was cute how Henry left that little Greek mythology note thing. But imagine if Alex never looked at it. What would happen then?
It would have left him, ghosting him.
And also, he like didn't research it well enough because then Henry's like, they both die.
Yeah.
And he was like shocked. Like, didn't you just look it up?
Which I guess you can say that Alex is very in the moment and like all these feelings. And I think Henry is more like logical and he's like obviously he feels all these things, but he tries to reason and be like, well, obviously my family won't like this, so I have to do this, you know? And Alex is just more, oh my God, he loves me. Oh, let me go follow him and scream. And it's raining and I have to get in. I love it, but it wouldn't work out with everyone.
Wait, who's the Pisces? I forgot.
I can't tell who was the Pisces.
I thought he said Henry.
I thought so too. But they were 3 weeks apart for their birthdays, I think. Or 3 days. It was something 3.
I think it's 3 weeks.
Weeks, right? Yeah. So
I
I
could be wrong.
don't know.
I think you're very cute.
Yeah. Well, will they end up together in the end? Will they
I
win?
don't
No.
think so.
No.
I feel like no.
No, you guys don't think so?
It's
I
gonna be a
can't say
tragic,
because I
sad
have read the
story.
book
I know.
before. I don't, but I
was-
don't remember. But it's good because I haven't read it in a while, so I don't remember. I actually don't remember
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So it is kind of good that I'm a little bit like I have gaps.
I'm gonna say they will. I have hope. It's gonna be a happy book. Look at the cover. Come on. Just kidding.
Doesn't mean anything.
I know. You can't trust covers. Will the mom win?
Reina.
Yes.
Oh, Karina.
Oh my God, Karina's here. Who says the mom will win?
Yes.
Yeah? You think so? Wow, that's confidence. So that's the
Well,
happy
she's
ending?
yeah. She was already elected, so she's just kind of going in for re-election.
Yeah.
That's true.
I feel like they're gonna have. Well, I guess it won't affect the presidency. It's just the crown. The crown will not allow it.
Just like on the show The Crown, where they don't allow anything either.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's super strict.
I think it's gonna get leaked before the election and like almost cost them the election, but then
Where the
they'll
mom
wind up
disowned
winning.
him.
Yeah, like something's gonna happen before the election, and then but then it'll be okay in the end.
I think it'll be where he ends up being Henry's beard for the rest of his life. That's the only way that they'll be able to be together.
Henry's what?
He's going to be Henry's beard. Or no, sorry. He's going to allow him to marry someone else so that he has a beard. And he's just going to be like in the closet for the rest of their lives.
Maybe he'll marry Nora or June.
My policeman? I'm just kidding. I haven't read it, but it sounds like that story.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Wait. Henry will marry Nora or June?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe he will as his beard.
Yay.
Probably Nora.
Yeah, that
Well,
makes
Nora-
sense.
Nora is the one that's she's a lesbian or she's bi. She's right.
I don't want. Yeah. Bye.
She's bi.
Bi.
Wasn't it kind of implied that because we know that she hooked up with Alex, it was kind of implied that she hooked up with June, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, wait, I thought June was straight, but maybe not.
I kind of because weren't they in the same room?
Yeah, and
I
it
had
was
a
like,
threesome in my head. I was like, wow, this book went there. But
yeah,
I don't know. We don't have details. We just have like
Yeah.
lipstick on someone's head, right? Yeah.
hmm
I don't know. Corina said that is
Corina,
wild,
that is wild.
but could happen. So Corina, do you think they'll end up together? This is what you walked into. Or logged into. She said bye.
And the second question was, do
Is it
you
what?
think the mom will win?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, let's put it. Is her name Ellen? I
Yeah.
forgot her name.
Yeah, Ellen.
Ellen Cameron.
That is a white name, huh?
Well, she is white, no?
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
In the beginning,
Blonde.
and honestly, throughout the book, up until the they were at the dad's place and they're playing chente and all this I was confused where the Diaz was coming from. Even though the mom is running Claremont, I was still confused. I don't know why. She said, I hope so, but I'm not sure. For what question?
Huh.
She's like both.
The first
First
one.
one. not really sympathetic to the mom's re-election, but it would be nice if she wins.
Yeah, I feel like they don't talk that much about like, oh, she's such a good president. It's like she's kind of a neurotic yacht, and it's just like so focused on winning, winning, winning. It's
Yeah,
not
they
like,
don't get
oh,
into policies at all. Nothing.
yeah, yeah. It's not like, oh, she did this great policy. It's just like we must win, we must win.
Maybe the author thought it'd be a distraction to go into that, but I do think it makes you care a little. I don't know.
Yes.
Like you could throw in a few things.
Or maybe it just adds to the suspense. Like, will she get reelected? Because you don't know if she's like good or not.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Let's see. 420.
Karina said she was scandalized by the Luna betrayal.
That's where we're all like, what the
Surprise.
hell, Luna?
I feel like there's so much yet to happen. Like, there's only like, what, a third left or something.
We have 120, 130 pages left. So the next two sections end up being like 65 to 66 pages.
Okay.
It's chapter 11 to chapter 13. Don't read 14. 14 is long.
Long?
Not that long.
Oh.
Yeah, 13 is long.
I think these chapters have been like, takes me almost an hour to read. Damn.
Yeah, that's how long they are in the audiobook.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, like
Yeah,
40
one of them was like
45
an
minutes.
hour and a
maybe.
half. One of them was like an hour and a half from the chapter.
Yeah.
Let me see. It was chapter.
9, no?
It was chapter 7. Was an hour, 22 minutes, 44 seconds.
Jesus.
That was long.
I think that was the one where like Alex realizes that he's gay and makes a move with, or that he's bi and it makes a move with Henry. I think that was that chapter.
The moment he realized he was falling in love, I was like, I wanted to cry.
Oh.
And then the
Oh,
guy
that's
just
like
like
very
runs away.
romantic language.
Mm.
And frickin' Henry ruins him confessing his love with the frickin' mosquitoes.
I
What are they saying?
know.
He made up for it later at the museum.
I can't have malaria.
Stupid. And he's like, he was all talking in his press voice. That was so
Oh, yeah.
sad.
I think the part where he left, I wasn't hurt, but I felt that. I was gonna say I was hurt. But see, I felt bad. So I could tell that Alex is really, it's like really, really into him.
Yeah, you can definitely feel the love between them.
Mhm.
Like I feel like they're doing a really good job with the chemistry and like with the like showing us why this couple works and why they like each other and like why they want to be together. Because some books don't always do that. Like they'll just like do some sex scenes and that's it. And they're like, oh yeah, these guys belong together.
Yeah.
And in this book, you get the sex scenes and other things too. Or like the last book we read, or not the last book, the Greta James book, where we were like, why are these two together?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Any
That's
sense.
exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, yeah, it was that book. In this one, you can see it. You can see them flirt. You can see the chemistry. And you can see why they do the things they do. They're young and in love. So cute. So cute.
And I feel like they support each other, and I feel like Henry kind of causes Alex to be a little bit less self-centered, and Alex helps Henry get out of his shell a little bit. So they kind of complement each other.
Mm-hmm. I like that compliment. They complement each other. So for our next meeting, we bring a book. I think Katie suggested the classics for September, right? No me acuerdo. To do a classic book in September? Anybody
I think
have?
a few of the ideas thrown around, like Karina said, one of them was like historical. Another idea that was thrown around was like a destination book of
Yeah.
some kind.
Oh, I think there wasn't it
But
that?
the genre didn't have to be.
Yeah,
the
like a
genre
summer.
could be anything.
Yeah, like
Summer
summer, destination, travel, vacation. I think that's what it was about.
I think we're gonna do classic or historical for the next month,
Yeah, which
September.
is,
like for Labor Day.
Yeah.
that's September.
Okay.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I don't know what month we're in. That's what I said, right? September? The next
No,
one is August.
The next one's
So-
August.
Yes, so this one I feel like we should do more summer travel destination stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have a book as an example, but I think someone said like the people we meet on vacation. Like yeah,
Mhm.
let's go, Karina. A destination, a vacation, something. Like I mean, we're obviously all in the U.S. except Karina right now, but you know, like Europe and South America. You know, like travel theme or summer theme. Like the book
Lollipop.
Beach. There's a book Beach Read.
Mm-hmm.
Summer, you know.
Oh yeah, I heard that was
That's
good.
by the same author as
Mhm.
This one.
and I
No,
yeah, it's
as
it's by the
people we
same
meet on vacation.
people, and I don't recommend it.
No.
Didn't
Really?
like it.
No.
I didn't like it. I loved People We
What?
Meet on Vacation. I absolutely loved it, but I didn't like Beach Read at all.
I think you mentioned that one, and I was like, even if it's in the title and then the book doesn't end up going like that, like it's okay as long as it's something with the theme of like summer and travel or something like that. Because August is technically our last like little end of summer, so I think it'd be nice to get a little.
Ooh, end of
That's
summer
what-
romance.
Ooh, yeah, let's do that. Yeah. Bring your books, and then I'll send out the form. Next section up to 13, don't read 14. And that is all. Yeah. I'll stop the recording.